should have destroyed Carthage, every man, woman, and child, many years ago.
Hello everybody, welcome back once again to Let's Play Total War Rome 2, the Julia campaign. And in the last session we were taking stock of our current affairs after our recent war and subsequent vanquishing of Carthage. And we were mustering our troops outside Roma. Legio Potestas, currently led by Sentius Cursor, is already there and waiting, as is Postuma Scapula, the poisoning prowler. And coming home also is Legio Sanguine, led by Sornatius Flavus. Of course, both those generals and armies will have a bit of rest recuperation, some celebrations held in their honour for the vanquishing of Carthage. And then they will be tasked with a new campaign. Now, I asked you guys at the end of the last session, what should that campaign be? Should it be us heading west across the northern tip of Africa into Mauritania, taking care of the factions, the tribes over that side of the region? Or should we head north and deal with the growing tribe, the Subi-Dubi? Getting a little bit big for their boots, if you ask me, vanquishing our client state, giving this other one a bit of an issue. You know, not very good, not happy with that. So, should we take them out before they become too big a threat? Put it to the vote, and the winning vote was to deal with the Subi-Dubi. So, that is what we shall do. Now, whether or not we get to actually fighting this session, or whether or not it's just going to be us getting ourselves into position to prepare the onslaught, we'll go with the flow and see what happens. Now, we currently have one spy up there who's going to actually move a little bit further now into Subi lands, because the war will be on sooner rather than later, and we'll give her the gathering intelligence task for now. So we're just going to keep an eye here for the time being. In our northern lands, good old Scipio himself, commanding the Dagger of Rome, is, well, he is currently being tasked with keeping an eye on these guys, making sure they don't come into our lands, come through any back doors, any back passages, and, well, he's now 58 years old, not getting any younger, and he said that he would rather die in a blaze of glory than rotting bored out of his brain. He is Rome's most decorated and most successful general, as much as many members of the Julia family would hate to admit it. And, well, if he sees the opportunity to strike out, for instance, at Norea, whilst the Subi are off doing something else with their army, it might be too much of an opportunity for him to pass up. He is tasked with defending the homelands and not with any offensive duties, but he will pounce if the opportunity strikes. It's just his way. So, our immediate task is to get the troops mustered in Rome. He has some recruitment to do, because he's only got 17, so he's got some recruitment to do, and then we'll be ready to press on. We'll also have a look at some of the household as well for these two generals to see if anything we can give them would be better for our war with the Subi-Dubis. Okay, so a couple of things to address from the last session, first of all. I was just looking at Magna Graecia, looking at the province screen, and saw that the biggest hit to public order down here was actually raiding. Then I noticed we have some Syracuse ships. Now, I saw these ships last time, but didn't realise they were doing anything to me. I thought they were just sat there minding their own business. They're not minding their own business. They are raiding my port here, or whatever they're raiding. Piracy on the high seas. I got a message about piracy in the last session, and this must have been what it was referring to. We cannot allow this to go on. Certainly not. So this bunch of ships here are going to have to deal with that. So that's one thing that I noticed there. I also noticed that in Carthago I didn't address the issue of the shrine. Of course, the biggest problem to public order here is cultural difference. This needs to be addressed, and therefore we need to convert that shrine as quickly as possible to one of our own culture. Now, I don't think we have enough to do it just yet, but in the next turn we will, and that needs to be done as a priority. Of course, Corellis also needs one more building to be done. This needs upgrading to a colonia, and this needs to be converted. And over in Syracuse, or Syracuse, we need to upgrade the farm here. So other than Corellis, Syracuse and Carthago, everywhere else is fine with the building work, so that's good. Right, I don't think there's anything else we can do this turn. He's on his way back, they're already there. We can take these ships out of their forced march in case they're attacked. He can go out of forced march next turn for now, until we're ready to start striking out. He can't move anymore. So we'll send actually Postuma Scapula off now. No, she doesn't need to sit here doing nothing. She can start making her way towards here to start spying on these pesky Subi-Doobies. Getting the eyeball on the situation, trying to find out how much land they have, trying to find out how many, well, we know how much land they have. In fact, if we look at the screen here, we can see that they've got 1, 2, 3 and 4. I think that's how much they've got. I don't think they have any hidden lands. Oh, they do have one here, I think, that we can't quite see. They have 5. They have 5 lands, 1 out of sight and 2 and 4 that are in sight on that map. So we're going to send her off to see how big their armies are. She will then head. So if Scapula heads up here first of all, and maybe just skirts up towards here, and if this Minxie here, Modia Metella, she heads up in that direction up to there, that should cover most of their lands. So we'll task those two with that whilst we get our armies into position. Okay, we also have to keep an eye on how the Raiti fare as well. So it's all going to be rather exciting stuff. I think that's everything that I sort of looked at off camera that needed addressing. So other than that, game on. Oh, we don't. Oh, I'll do it now. Why not? He has a update. He is the veteran in Legio Sanguine. So what can we do here? Enemy partisan, assault patrol, assault town watch, 1 zeal, extra campaign movement range. That's good. Level 3 quartermaster, replenishment rate, 8 cheaper upkeep and better recruitment costs. I like that one. That's good. Level 3 of that sounds good to me. Right.
The time has come for bonds to be broken. So speak our gods, and so must it be.
Okay, if that's what you say. In the last session, a few factions broke off their trade agreements with us, and now they're breaking their non-aggression pacts as well. Don't know what we've done to tick them off, but looks like we're not in their good books at the moment. As if we really care about that. If you don't like us, we'll just crush you into the dust. Simple as that. It's in your best interests to please Rome. Right. Research complete. Blackmail. One of my family members is being blackmailed. I can either do nothing and he will lose some gravitas, or I can counter the rumours at the cost of 1 senator and 900 out of the treasury. Well, I'm not about to have my family members blackmailed. I can't accept that. No way. So it's going to cost us a wee bit, but we'll counter those rumours. Right, the Gaetuli have been destroyed. We have a lot of faction construction work going on across the land, and war has been declared. Nothing of interest to me. In terms of the research then, I'm going to press on down here with extra growth in all provinces, +3 growth in all provinces, that's quite handy, and +3 wealth from industry for all regions, so that's definitely useful. focusing a little bit more on the civil side of things due to the fact that we are struggling a wee bit in terms of income at the moment when compared with a few years ago.
Your orders? To battle!
And that gets rid of that. And we're going to... There's no captives anyway, is there? So...
Your next command?
And there goes Syracuse. Faction destroyed. And he increases in rank. Isn't that
Ready
nice?
for orders.
He's an admiral, so he can have that trait, and then he will go back and sit in Liban for now.
Ships to port.
So that takes care of that. So now, wow, -3 to public order, but I've just dealt with a raiding. What's wrong with you guys? Raiding now -10 rather than -20. Well, where else has anywhere been raided? There's no enemy forces here, is there? I wonder if that goes away in the next turn. Very bizarre. Right, well, that'll just have to do. It'll have to do. There's nothing I can do about that, is there? I don't think.
Disembarking now.
Okay, so one more turn and he will be arriving at Roma. And we have some coin to spend, so we can now convert this into a temple of our choosing, which is always problematic because I struggle to think of which ones to pick. But this is going to be hopefully a unit to producing settlement. So is it the shrine? Is it the shrine to Mars that is good for for that side of things? Yeah, unit morale upon recruitment. And if you move up to Temple of Mars, you get experience as well for Roman infantry units. So that's very good. And then if you, God forbid, if you move to level 4, you get extra 2 unit recruitment capacity if there's a bread and games edict in that province. This is a buff that was somebody informed me of in one of the comments, that some of these temples give various buffs to recruitment slots. So that's handy. So we'll go for the old Mars then, shall we? Shrine of Mars. 975. 3 turns to convert. And that's us done for our spending. We literally can't afford much else. Can we afford to upgrade this farm? No. Can we afford anything up there? No. Can we afford... No. Don't even ask. Rome can't afford anything right now. We are in a time of tight purse strings. Right. Everywhere's in the green in terms of increase. That's increasing by 14 per turn. That's very healthy. That's 11 and already 62. That's on the decrease, but it's green public order overall. Rome is just thriving. Up here we're now +7.
You command.
So she's gone up there. She's... Whoa! Ho, ho! Blow me down. Look at the Rati go. They are not just content with taking one of the Subi-Dubi's lands. They're marching north even further with another army. They're looking to capture Tulliferdum. Taking another one of the Subi-Dubi's land. Will there be any lands of theirs left for Rome to take, or will Rati have all the glory? Good to see my client state doing this, of course. But yeah, we want some lands for ourselves. We're really going to move on. Right. So she's off up there. That's fine. So they haven't moved out of here yet, which isn't good, because I don't want Scipio to be attacking a full stack army and a garrison in the rear. Might be a little bit of a problem. Although what do they have in terms of units? They have club levy, club levy, club levy, club levy, club levy, some spear levy, spear levy, spear levy. I mean, levy doesn't sound good. Levy sounds like a load of crap to me. A lack of experience. but they're aggressive. Like melee attack 19, weapon damage 32. Melee defense 42, melee defense 60. What are my units? Are they better than that? 57, 42, defense 60 odd. Oh, these are way better, aren't they? The Hastati 41, 42, melee defense 58. Oh, look, it's just oh, this is easy. This is easy peasy. This is easy pickings. And they've only got 7 garrison now rather than 10. Because they're converting their converting the province. You know, I don't think our friend Scipio would be able to resist this. This is prime pickings. It is a walled settlement though. I wonder if we could starve them out. We're in no rush after all. He has no kind to recruit any units here. He does have enough to recruit 1. Auxiliary infantry. They're really poor. We can actually recruit Hastati. That's not too shabby actually. Auxiliary warriors. Nice charge. Not quite good attack, but good weapon damage. Good charge. Defense is good. Not quite so good armour, but stats aren't too bad. Right, we're going to go for 1 more Hastati, and I think we'll go for... I think we'll go... for a couple of these auxiliary Celtic warriors. And then he's going to be off on his merry way to here. I don't think he can resist. Although it's heavily garrisoned with numbers, the quality of the troops is really appalling. Right, anyway. So, yeah, let's take her up towards this way.
Swift and silent as a shadow.
Ah, they have another full stack army here. This one is full of more crappy levy troops. Germanic youths. Children of the night. Little babes suckling at their mother's breasts come on horseback, do they? Oh dear, that's pathetic. Pathetic, I thought you were a challenge.
Swift and silent as a shadow.
This is Scipio speaking, of course. When he gets the reports of intelligence, he's probably laughing into his wine, thinking, this is the best they can throw at me. This is my retirement treat. Chopping their heads off babes. Jesus, right. Anyway, so he needs to strike out here before they can reinforce. Does he not? Indeed. Right. They're on forced march and they are ready pretty much to go. And I don't want to dilly-dally for too long. So we're going to have a wee change of guard here. You see Bassus? Bassus is back.
Yes.
And he wants control of Legio Sanguine once again. And he's going to get it, because he is their most successful commander. So when that unit docks onto the shores and returns to Rome, Bassus will return. Flavus will be punted out, but not forgotten, because he is the orchestrator of the downfall of Carthage. Therefore he will be rewarded with full control of Potestas. And Sentius Cursor will be relieved of general duties and return and basically go back to the Senate and be bored. So one more turn and we can sort that out. Other than that though, I think everything else is pretty much accounted for. Building works, unit movements, diplomacy, well, we're not getting any trade agreements at all.
A flapping tongue that speaks without wisdom is not welcome.
Oh! That was one thing that I looked at and what we could potentially do, and I forgot to do it last turn, is Nova Carthago. They are more susceptible to trade than anyone else.
Conclude our business.
They have rejected
The
all
gods rightly
trade,
wish us to show humility,
but if
and
we
not
offer to
enrich
pay...
ourselves at your expense.
Oh, we have no money. We have 2 in our treasury. next turn then, if we get some spare cash, if we can offer them 300 to 400, I don't know how much we can offer exactly, but if we can offer a bit of cash to sweeten the deal, get some trade with them, that would be nice. Right, Libya, ooh, docking in Thapsus. Thought they were going to start moving into my lands there. Right, we have a few messages, but before we read those, I'm just going to take a look and see if the Raiti did capture. Yes, they did. They took down Tulliferdum, and, well, they're sending some troops back, but it looks to be too late to me. My goodness me. Good old Raiti. So does that mean then every time they capture a land, because they're one of my client states, that actually goes towards my victory total? I think it does. If you look at the victory condition overall, you need to control 140 settlements, either by direct ownership or through client states and military allies. So any of their lands count towards me. So 18 in total. So that will account for my personal land, which is 15, and the 3 lands that now are owned by the Raiti, taking it up to 18. So that goes towards my total. So this is good stuff. Of course, if they get too brazen, they might decide to break away from me, at their detriment, of course. And what did I say about old Scipio not one to miss an opportunity when it knocks on the door? It looks like the Subidubis have moved their army out of Nerea, and it's now ripe for the picking. This is what he does best, our tactical friend. So while Scapula moves a little bit further afield, I don't know where this other army has gone. It could be coming down here. It could be... I don't know what else it could be. The Wolves of War. Should have taken down the army name. It could be going up here.
How can I be of assistance? Moving unseen, seeking the enemy.
No, there's no sign of it there. It must have gone into the pass here. Just got to be careful that they don't sort of sneak round the back, take this land, and then have us in all sorts of trouble. But yeah, what did I say about Scipio not missing a beat? Not missing a step? He's seen opportunity. He's going to march his troops. He could even go on a forced march. Can you attack? You can't attack on a forced march, can you? No, can't initiate battles. So if we just move him up to here, and then we recruit some units for him, some of these auxiliary Celtic warriors, a couple of them, and then he's going to strike out. Strike out on the enemy. Not quite what the Senate wanted. He was supposed to haul himself there, but you know what he's like. He'll use his silver tongue to convince them that he had the best interests of Rome at heart and all that sort of jazz, and they'll fall for it again, no doubt. Right, so what we're doing now? Oh, shut up. What we're doing now? Right, we're going to do a wee jigging of the ranks here. So in comes Legio Sanguine, and then we're going to go to Legio Sanguine and say, what are we going to say? We're going to say, Spurius, Sonatius Flavus, you've done a great job leading the Premier Legion of Rome, but now Bassus will take the helm. He is the founding father, I think, of this. Oh no, he's not. Julius Liber was. But anyway, it matters not. He's coming, whether you like it or not. Anyway, here he is, with all his traits. Head of House Julia. Welcome back. He leads once again Legio Sanguine. We will recruit some units in the next turn to get them up to full strength, and then they shall be off. Legio Potestas, on the other hand, We can't quite change the... can we change the general of this army? Yep. But we won't be able to put Flair Spurius in because he's on his way back, so we've got to wait another turn for that to happen. So it's a little bit of rejigging. Just be patient, it's fine. So in the meantime,